Hi everyone, it's Nancy here, back with another process video for you. Here I am still trying to use up some of my bits and pieces from the Quirky kit. And I have taken both of these pieces of papers, which are from Basic Grey. This one is from the Spice Market collection. I'm actually using the back side of that, which is a lovely sort of linen effect. And then I'm using this Monami piece by Kelly Perky for Basic Grey, and it's kind of the city skyline in shades of grey, so I kind of really like how that came out. I did get those Jelly Bean Soup cards within the kit, but they're too white and I decided they're not really going to work on this layout. I'm just pulling out a little baggie there, which is full of some Project Life card split kits that I brought. These are mainly from the Dear Lizzie collection. And so I'm just going through, it was the Fifth and Frolic main kit that these came from. I bought kind of like a segmented pack of those. And I'm just going through ones that kind of the colours, are going to kind of work okay. And then these are bits and pieces from the, it's an Echo Park line, a Photo Freedom line. I think it might have been the Alison Creft Photo Freedom line actually. So I'm just pulling these out. That one there that I have just tucked behind was from the Vintage Traveller one, I think, but I don't end up using any of those. That's a grey matte print on there, so I kind of like how they work, and it kind of works with the background paper and everything. I was struggling a bit with this paper to start with, and I wanted to use this photo, which is a larger sized photo, so I'm going to sort of struggle with trying to use that. Not sure what I'm doing here. I think I've gone to find another lot of paper, and this is the Amy Town Ready Set Go, which I was saying the other day is kind of one of the more neglected collections of hers. So I've just used a piece of the camera paper from that, which I'm going to mount my photo on, so I'm going to double mount that, and then I'm using a couple of the bits from the cut apart sheet in there as well. And they're actually in the same sort of blue tones, which are quite prominent in that photo. So I'm going to use those as some of my layers. I was just using my trimmer there to just cut that photo down because I did just sort of hand cut it out. I was going to put the photo at the bottom corner, but I decided it really needs to fit up at the top corner. I want to make sure that enough of that background paper is actually visible, so you can tell that it's a cityscape. I always find that with papers that have like a big design on, that yeah, it's sometimes really hard to use. And I know that, I think it was a Glitter Girl video a while back, it was like a Christmas one, and again that had like a whole Christmas scene in it. So yeah, it's really difficult to actually fit your photos in. But I'm quite happy how that was working. I decided that a lot of the cards I was using were had very much white elements in. So I do just mount the Kelly Perky piece of paper up on some white cardstock, and again that white cardstock came in the Quirky kit as well. I'm really trying to make sure I pull my main sort of pieces of paper where possible from that kit. Now I'm just adding some of the Skyscraper mist from Mr. Huey, and I'm also adding on top of that the white matte mist from Crafty Notions, and then this is the blue that I used again on a previous layout as well. They were kind of on my desk, and again they went with the photo. So I've just splattered that up in that top corner, because I know that's where I'm going to sort of base my clusters round, and it doesn't disturb, say, too much from that background. And I then decided to add some more mist and that over the top of that background layer, because it was so stark against the kind of, design in the background. But overall I'm really happy with how that all came out. So I'm just going to stick my photo down, and then I'm going to start building up my layers. So first is these two grey map design pieces, and then this again, it says True Story, and it picks up that really bright blue which I want to pick up from the photo. And then as this layout is about photos, I decided to use that camera from that Dear Lizzie card, so I'm going to fussy cut that out and then use my knife just to sort of trim around that. And basically the story of this layout is that I really love this photo. It's basically just me bigging up my photographing skills. Especially as this was taken in a moving car on a freeway out of the window, which for me just makes it even better. I was, as I said, talked previously about an American album, I was kind of documenting the road trips, documenting everything. I took this photo out of the window, and I loved it. And I joked with my boyfriend when I had the photos printed, like, this could be on the front of a travel guide. I think it is that great quality. I love it. So I actually got this printed up in a slightly larger size as well. And so basically, this layout is going to be about me saying how wonderful my photography is. No, the journaling is going to point out about how I was taking pictures, out the window, and that I've done one about my boyfriend driving and me documenting everything, where I was moaning at him to turn off the windscreen wipers because it was ruining the photo. So yeah, it's just kind of documenting those kind of silly little stories and kind of moments and stuff and time we were talking about while sitting in the car. So I mean, me and my boyfriend had known each other for several years, but we'd only actually been a couple 4.5 months when we went away to America together. And yeah, I think it was kind of a bit of a learning curve experience for both of us, because everyone knows, hey, I'm difficult to be around for long periods of time and I'm really annoying. But my boyfriend, let's just say, has several quirks, let's call them in a friendly way. And yeah, so it was kind of quite testing for the two of us to spend that time together. But we survived it, and we're still together. But yeah, so I think there's just those little kind of stories like that, kind of different things that happen, are quite good to kind of document down, really. So what I've just been doing while I've just been chatting away there is I've used some paper from the print shop collection, which is that kind of the striped paper, and I did end up pulling out one of those Jelly Bean Soup cards, and that's the one that says Snap, so again that's going with the photo theme. We also got that pack of Dear Lizzie wood veneers, and they're kind of printed wood veneers, and there was one that said Love This, so I decided that I want to use that, but the wood doesn't really go with this layout, so I'm just going to take a little bit of that matte white ink and then paint that over the top. So it's just going to dull down all the colours on that as well. And as I said, I think mounting that greyer cardstock on that bright white cardstock in the background, it's kind of just making all those grey tones work together really well. So I'm just pulling out other bits and pieces I've got surrounding me. That was a Teresa Collins paper pad. And then going through a little dish that I've kept of other cut parts, and these are all from the Polka Dot Party, and cut and paste from Amy Tan. And so I'm just going through those, their Project Life and 3x4 cut parts from 12x12 and that. So I'm just going through those and seeing if any of those are going to work on this layout. Excuse me. And I do end up sort of cutting some of these cards down just to add some more sort of tones into this sheet. And I wanted something behind that snap, because it was a cut apart, but there was nothing really dark enough behind it. I don't know, I think looking at this now, I think you can see enough of that background paper for it to look okay, but it's not overtly themey. I really like it, and I could have done a really simplistic picture on it, but I don't know, I kind of, like I said when I done the video for the Quirky kit, I thought I was going to like that paper more than I actually did. So, that collection one I did. So I've just used that green cut apart card, so it says the Love This with the green around it, so it picks out the green of the sign. And then of course I wanted to pull that green into other aspects, so I have just used the other side of that card. And I know the heart says Love This as well. And then it's kind of repetition, and I'm really happy with that. I mean, I know some people, don't like that, but I think it works really well on this layout. I found that piece of sort of like pre-splattered paper that's from Polka Dot Party, and I do want to bring in some more blue down there. So I'm really happy with how that works. Actually, it works really well down there and just kind of pulls everything together. And you know, there's still going to be enough room to journal and stuff, so that's all good. I'm just using some of the Stampin' Up 3D foam to stick the camera down, because I said I do want to just raise that up a little bit. And I'm just going to kind of put that over that bottom corner of the photo. There's nothing major in the photo in that corner, but I really want to get that camera element on there. And so I'm going to just stack those other pieces up behind it. I am just going to go through the cut and paste Project Life cards. God, my mind went blank then. Because I haven't actually used those. I do have the Project Life, the cut and paste, the Daydream collection, the Polka Dot Party, the Maggie Holmes flea market, all sitting on the side of my desk, the little mini kits, and I haven't used them. So because I've used other bits from that collection, I decided it would be, you know, a time to pull it out and try and get it used up. And as you know from watching my videos recently, I'm really trying to use my Project Life cards more. You know, I do have a lot of them, and I think they're really good for, you know, just using for layering, really. You see that card there with that red heart? I did contemplate pulling red into this layout because there is red in that sign. And I was thinking about, you know, bringing that into it, but I don't. I do just bring some more green into the layout in the top and bottom there. And then also at the side there of that title, just in 3 places. Again, I just wanted to pull the green in. Not quite sure what I'm doing here because my video has frozen ever so slightly. Again, that, as I know I said in a previous video, and that's just the only sort of downfall of using this new software. But I'm getting the hang of it. I'm working. I'm liking it. I'm getting there. It's just, you know, processing stuff is taking longer than I really would like. But then I'm kind of thinking it might be my laptop protesting, but hey-ho. I did pull out them Studio Calico letters, but the blue was all wrong, and yeah, I didn't like it. And I had these Dear Lizzie stickers. I love the font, hate the fact they're in circles. Yeah, I really don't like them in circles, but I go with it on this layout. I think the title, because it's a longer title, it kind of makes it more of a feature of the layout. Yeah, I'm not overtly in love with them, but I'm glad I used them up. And you will see on this bit, and I apologise because I could have actually edited it down. I really do fuss with these because, yeah, I'm just trying to get them to fit right, and the circle, I don't know. It doesn't look bad. You know, it doesn't distress me too much on the final layout, but they are a very prominent feature. And I possibly could have pulled a circular element in somewhere else other than that Love This, but I don't know. I will work with it, but not a big fan of the circular letters. I'm going to just put it out there. But love the font. I love that typewriter font. It's beautiful. If a font can be beautiful, Nancy. Yes. I'm not sure if love is a word you'd use for a font. I don't know, people. Do you have favourite fonts? I think this is very similar to my favourite font, which is Vintage Typewriter. So, yes, maybe leave a comment below if you have a favourite font. Or just go, Nancy, shut up, you're crazy. So, right, I'm now just going to, once I've got those stuck down, I've pulled out the Amy Tan roller date stamp. And this has, you know, lots of sort of travel themed ones on. I'm going to just try and mainly use the word stamps on this. There's a couple of times, especially where you don't want it to do, that you accidentally print it with the date. But it's mainly, I'm just going to build up those layers of sort of stamping of words. And it's something I used to do a lot on layouts, and I've kind of, for some reason, not been doing it. But I've kind of went through, not like bigging myself up and like stroking my own ego. I was kind of looking back at some of the videos I've done on YouTube, mainly because I was just looking at quality and times of videos and stuff for different things, and I kind of realised, oh yeah, I used to do a lot of this kind of stamping, and I haven't done much of that lately. I think I'll try. So, anyway. So I have just added some ink splatter there, and I'm just going to cover my photo as well. It's frozen again, so I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing, but I think I do just add sort of the mist splatters in each of the corners. I am going to put some close-ups of this layout at the end. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope it wasn't too bitty and choppy towards the end there, but I had some problems with things stalling. So I'll be back with some more layouts soon. So thank you very much, guys, and see you again soon. Bye!